Hey fam, Speed Duel Bro here. How's it going? And before we begin, I just want to say please bear with me as my voice is a little different because I'm feeling a little under the weather right now. But that's not gonna stop me from delivering a new deck profile for my Speed Duel fam. So all I ask is please bear with me, okay fam? So in today's video we have the ROIDS are alright. Let's go. For the skill card we have the ROIDS are alright. For monster lineup, we have 3 Mixeroid, 3 Steamroid, 3 Drillroid, and 3 Submarine Roid. For spells, we got 3 Book of Moon, 2 Viacroid Connection Zone, and 2 Future Fusion. For traps, we have 3 Wall of Disruption, 3 Floodgate Trap Hole, 3 Supercharge, and 2 Emergoid Call. Now for the extra deck, we've got 3 Super Viacroid Jumbo Drill, 1 Ambulance Rescue Roid, 1 Super Viacroid Stealth Union, and 1 Steam Gyroid. How to win / strategies. Now before we go over the game plan fam, I want us to review these 2 cards right here, starting off with the skill card, the ROIDS are alright. And if you notice, there's something on the back here. At the start of the duel, flip this card over. It reads, Viacroid Connection Zone can be used to fusion summon any ROID monsters from your extra deck. All ROID monsters whose original level is 6 or lower can be normal summoned or set without tributing. If a non-fusion ROID machine monster you control whose original level is 6 or lower attacks an opponent's monster, it gains attack equal to its own level times 100 during the damage step only. If you control a non-machine monster, flip this card over. Now fam, with this skill card, we're only concerned with the attack boost that we get because all we're playing is level 4 ROIDS anyways, so they're all gonna get an attack boost when we're attacking an opponent's monster. Keep that in mind, alright fam? Up next, let's review Mixeroid. It reads, you contribute 1 machine monster. Special summon 1 non-wind ROID monster from your deck. You can pay half your life points and banish any number of machine monsters from your graveyard, including this card. Special summon from your extra deck 1 ROID fusion monster with the same level as the number of those banished monsters, ignoring its summoning conditions, but destroy it during the end phase. You can only use each effect of Mixeroid once per turn. Now fam, with Mixeroid, we're primarily gonna use just the first effect where tribute 1 machine monster, special summon 1 non-wind ROID monster from your deck. That second effect that it has, it's nice, but realistically I don't see us using it very often, but it's just good to know. Now that we've reviewed the 2 cards that I wanted to go through, let me show you how to play the deck. So our bread and butter play, it's gonna revolve around Mixeroid and Steamroid, because with Mixeroid, it allows us to search the deck out for any ROID, and we're gonna go with Steamroid. And so if you didn't already know, Steamroid has its own effect that when it attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 500 attack, so bumping it up to 2300 on its own. But when combined with the skill card, the ROIDS are alright, Steamroid's attack becomes 2700. So meaning fam, we can literally steamroll over any monster the opponent may have, realistically, because 2700, wow, that's pretty darn good. But wait, what if the opponent interrupts our play before Steamroid hits the field? So for example, let's say we summon the Mixeroid. The opponent floodgate trap holes our Mixeroid. Well, to that I say no worries. And the reason for that is because all of our ROID monsters fam, look at this. Look at their defensive stats. They all have very good defense for their respective levels. Well, 4, but yeah, level 4 with this kind of defense, that's very good. So continuing on with what had just happened, we just got floodgated trap hold. So the opponent here has a Swift Gaia. They're gonna attack us, right? Well, since we have such a high defense, when you combine that with Wall of Disruption, oh my goodness, we've got a wall of defense. So yeah fam, Wall of Disruption and any of the ROIDS when in defense mode is a good combination. And so, continuing on with what had just happened, the opponent attacked us, right? we activated Wall of Disruption. Well, look at that. The opponent flipped up our Mixeroid when initially we couldn't because of their Floodgate Trap Holes. So the opponent did the dirty work for us. And then proceeding with our turn, we can use Mixeroid's effect. Now let me show you a couple more other scenarios, fam, of just how good the Roids can be. Let me reset the field. Okay, so let's say this is the field right here. The opponent had just summoned their Swift Gaia. They have a monster face down. So upon the summon of the Gaia, we're going to activate Floodgate Trap Hole, okay? So now we have the option to either clean the field of the opponent's monsters, or we can bypass the opponent's monsters and poke in for some damage. Your choice, fam. But wait, let's say the opponent floodgates one of our choices here, right? So we get floodgated. No worries, fam, no worries, because look what else happens to be in our hand. Oh, look at that. After all the back and forthing with the opponent, we are now free to bring out our Boss Roid Fusion monster. And by the way, fam, don't forget that when we use Viacroid Connection Zone, it gives an extra layer of protection to our Boss Fusion monsters. So now we will Fusion Summon to bring out the big drill, Super Viacroid Jumbo Drill. And now that we have a Roid Fusion monster out on the field, Emergeroid is now active. And for those of you that don't know what this card does, it's basically negate everything except summons and attacks. So as you can see, fam, I've built this deck to be an offensive Roid deck because one, we can search out any Roid that we want, and then we can either steamroll the opponent or we can clean up their side of the field of defense position monsters. Or if we happen to floodgate trap hole all of their monsters, why not bypass all of the opponent's monsters and go in for some direct damage? But another great quality that the Roid deck has is that it is highly adaptive to whatever situation the opponent may throw at us or what's on the field at the present time. And not only that, fam, even if our monsters, our Roids, were to get Floodgate Trap Hold, well, luckily we have very good defense on all of them. So combine that with Wall of Disruption as shown earlier, oh, we've got a wall of defense all of a sudden. So if you ask me, fam, yes, the Roids are indeed alright because one, they are highly offensive, and two, they are highly adaptive. Card analysis. The skill card, the Roids are alright. Remember, fam, we are using this skill card primarily for offensive purposes. So every time our Roids attack an opponent's monster, they gain an attack boost. So realistically, Steam Roid becomes 2700 and Drilled Roid becomes 2000. So the Roids are alright, contributes to our offensive playstyle. And then we play the 3 Mixeroid, which is the MVP of the deck because it's what helps us get going, and the fact that we can search out any Roid monster for whatever situation is just simply incredible. And the fact that it has 2200 defense, to me, that's just another bonus. And then we play the 3 Steamroid. Now this right here, fam, is the main offensive go-to because, again, Steamroid can reach to 2700 attack, and at 2700 attack, we should be able to steamroll over everything. And then we play the 3 Drillroid. This is just to apply more offensive pressure on the opponent because Drillroid has that wonderful effect of just destroying a defense position monster. And then we play the 3 Submarine Roid. Now this right here, fam, is one of the more trickier Roids for the opponent to deal with because Submarine Roid can bypass their monsters and poke for 800 damage and then go into defense mode. And with a defense of 1800, that's pretty good. And then we play the 3 Book of Moon. Now fam, I know most of you already know that Book of Moon is universal utility at its finest. We can shut down the opponent's monster or we can dodge the opponent's back row. And then we play the 2 Viacroid Connection Zone. Now this right here, fam, gives us access to stronger Roid monsters, obviously. But remember, the ideal time to activate this spell card is when our other Roid monsters have done the dirty work. Meaning they've baited out the opponent's back row. You know, we've kind of forced the opponent to use up their resources. So that when we activate this spell card and bring out our boss monster, oh, the opponent will rarely have an answer for that. And also, don't forget that when we use this spell card, our Fusion Roid Monsters has a layer of protection on it. And then we play 2 Future Fusion. Now this right here, fam, is just tech choice. You can play any other cards that you want, or you can cut it from the deck. It's up to you. I just figured that, hey, if we pull Future Fusion off and get out the big Jumbo Drill, and then let's say the opponent destroys our Future Fusion, but we got Book of Moon ready, oh, well, that sounds pretty good to me. But again, fam, this is just purely tech choice. And then we play the 3 Wall of Disruption. Now this, fam, is a very good card with all of the roids, because all of our roids have good defensive stats. And then we play the 3 Floodgate Trap Hole. Aside from it being just a good general trap card, Floodgate Trap Hole has great synergy with Submarine Roid and Drill Roid. And then we play the 3 Supercharge. Now fam, I know I didn't really go over this much, but it's basically just the draw engine for the Roid deck. And then we play the 2 Emerger Roid Call. Now this right here, fam, if we can successfully bring out one of our Roid Fusion monsters, we have an instant negate everything except summons or attacks. But still, being able to say nope to the opponent, pretty powerful feeling. And then on to the extra deck. We play the 3 Super Viacroid Jumbo Drill, because this is our main boss fusion Roid monster. And then as for the other 3 here, fam, this is just filler, honestly. And who knows, maybe we'll have 6 machine monsters in our graveyard and we can use Mixeroid's effect. Hey, you never know. You never know what situation a duel will put you in. Now fam, it's time for the moment of truth. Where does this deck rank on the power scale? In my humble opinion, this deck is alright. Just kidding, fam. This deck is semi-competitive. Now, the reason why I say this deck is semi-competitive, fam, is because of 4 things. 1, we have searchability through Mixeroid. You know, the ability to be able to search out any Roid for any given situation is incredible to have. And then 2, we have a draw engine here, fam. Granted, it's not the best draw engine, but we have one. And then 3, between Steamroid, Drillroid, and Submarine Roid, there really is no place to run or hide for the opponent. So we're really applying the offensive pressure on the opponent. Which goes back to what I said earlier about this deck's playstyle. It's a high offensive playstyle. And then the 4th and last reason why this deck is semi-competitive, fam, is because the Roids are highly adaptable because of their effects and of their stat lines. So meaning, you know, whatever situation the opponent throws at us, whether they Floodgate Trap Hole us, or if we Floodgate Trap Hole their monsters, or whatever, the Roids will confidently handle and adapt to any situation. So yeah, fam, if you ask me, the Roids are more than alright. So there you go, fam. That's the deck. I hope you enjoyed. And if you did, please feel free to hit the like button because it helps me out a lot. And if you haven't already subscribed to me, your Speed Duel bro, you're more than welcome to subscribe because 2 things. 1, I always play to win, and I'll teach you how to win. And 2, if you love speed duels, I'm sure you'll love me too, your Speed Duel bro. Okay, fam, that's it for now. I hope you're able to understand my under the weather voice. But thank you for your patience and thank you for watching, fam. I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.